Hi, I'm Rob Kay, and today I'm going to ride a legendary trail called the Repack with one of the founding fathers of mountain biking, Charlie Kelly. Okay guys, this is it. This is where it all began. This is the top of the Repack, and in 1976, guys on modified ballooner bikes they called clunkers, took off from this spot here and rode into history. Now one of the guys that was critical to this movement that would eventually become mountain biking is this guy right here, Charlie Kelly. All right, Charlie, so why do they call it the Repack?
Well, the first time I came out here was around 1973 on my town bike, and the first few times we went down here, we got to the bottom and the smoke would be pouring off of the back hub, the coaster brake hub, which was all your entire braking system, and all the grease would have been vaporized and turned into smoke, and your brake didn't work very well at that point. And the very first thing you did was get on home and take that thing apart and repack it with grease. As much grease as you could get in there, because the next trip down was going to vaporize it again. Every time you'd have to repack that hub.
Ergo the name Repack.
That's right.
So this right here is the actual starting line of the Repack, right?
Yes.
Now, what was the process that you do when you started off the race and ran the race?
Okay, on race day, come up here with the timers and my notebook, and I would assign everyone a start time and start the timers together and send one down to the bottom with my finish timer, and use the same guy quite often. He was a very good rider and you could trust him to get down there. The first rider would go off at 10 minutes on our clock, and we would set up by this rock, and I would hold the timer in one hand and I would hold the rider's rear wheel in the other hand, and I would give him a countdown, 10, 5, go. And he didn't get to leave until I let go of that rear tire, and I didn't let go of that rear tire until I said go, because everyone always tries to steal 2 seconds on you by jumping the gun. And so I would hold the tire, and the rider would take off from here, and then if you want to go really fast, you're going to have to cover the first 150 yards in a hurry, because it actually slopes uphill a little bit, and that's why our best times are held by guys who are very experienced, real bike racers. It's the difference between winning and losing is in the first 150 yards, and it's not even downhill.
On the way up, you were talking about how the hill just pulls you down.
The hill will let you go as fast as you care to go. So basically you have all that to work with. How fast you want to go is absolutely personal choice, because you, other than this first 150 yards, all you're doing is seeing how much of that speed you want to use.
So we came here to ride, didn't we?
Yeah, but here we are talking.
You up for a ride?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You know, let's ride.
Let's go. Ready?
Yep. All right, Charlie, we're partway down the Repack here. Times. Who has some of the fastest times?
Well, our course record holder is Gary Fisher, and as far as I can tell, his record is going to be safe for all time. No one has touched it, even on modern equipment. And then he's followed 2 seconds back by Joe Breeze at 4:24 and Otis Guy at 4:25. So those were our three fastest guys, all Category 1 road racers. Myself, I'm about 25 seconds off the record. I cannot find the competitive instinct anymore to want to go as fast as I did then, because you pretty much had to remain terrified the entire time, and I just don't have that much adrenaline left.
So great. Well, let's continue riding.
All right.
Okay, we're down at the bottom of the repack. We made it down without any major problems, any crashes. Right here is the last final stretch of the repack. This is the last like 50 yards, and then it ends right over here at this rock.
Well, the great thing about this rock being the finish line is that it's always going to be in the same place. And then after the race, it would always serve as the platform for announcing the winners and the prizes, and where the beer was afterward. And boy, people didn't hang around too much longer after the beer announcement.
Considering you just said beer announcement, I think we need to get us some beer right after this.
All right,
well. The beer announcement. And Charlie, thank you very much. It's a dream come true for me.
That's an absolute pleasure. Thank you, Rob.
Well, that's all for this time. I want to thank Charlie Kelly from the bottom of my heart. That was a dream come true going down the repack, and really cool to do it with him. We're out. Thank you guys for watching. Woo!